honest, I don't want us to have. I've told you where the vehicle is.
The truck was actually coming from Ring Road. It missed a step. So as it was trying to gather itself, it fell.
What we are witnessing these days, it is something we can no longer understand.
They should stop telling us and promising us all those promises are fake, giving us this set of promises are fake. We don't want it anymore.
The news headlines. President Tinubu approves a 100-kilometer coastal road for Edo State's Umahi.
The president called me and said, listen, this project must pass from Lagos to Ogun State, from Ondo State to Edo State to Delta to Bayelsa to Rivers, Akwa Ibom and Cross River. And that's why we are here. Your Excellency, the president has given you 100 kilometers by 2 of the coastal roads.
Governor Pavelo and Minister of Works lament poor state of federal roads in Edo State.
Most people that work in Benin, they all live around these houses. So they can't come to work in the morning, they can't go back home. It's really lost to the state government. So I felt we should fix this road so that it will be...
Thank you for joining us on BeeTv Major News at 6. Reaching you live from Benin City, the Edo State capital, I am Evelyn Izibili. And now to the news in details. Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okwevelo and the Minister of Works, Engineer David Umahi, have lamented the appalling condition of federal roads in Edo State, describing the plight of motorists as both tragic and unacceptable. They stated this during a visit to the road. BeeTv News' Best Orator has details.
During the inspection of the Benin-Warri dual carriageway bypass, the two leaders, Governor Monday Okwevelo and Engineer Dave Umahi, cried the hardship faced daily by commuters, noting that the situation reflects years of neglect that can no longer be ignored.
The people that apply this route are not federal, they don't even come here. In the state that passes here, most people that work in Benin City, they all live around these houses. So they can't come to work in the morning, they can't go back home. It's really lost to the state government. So I felt we should fix this road so that it will be more traceable.
Speaking after the inspection, Governor Okwevelo and the Honorable Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, commended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his swift intervention and commitment to reversing decades of infrastructural decay, even as they underscored the urgency of delivering immediate and lasting solutions. The Minister of Works said that no motorist could travel 100 kilometers on federal roads nationwide without encountering major challenges. He noted that President Bola Tinubu inherited an extensive backlog of failed road and bridge projects from past administrations, but stressed that the president has demonstrated courage, commitment, and determination to reverse the situation. The minister cited commendations from prominent Nigerians, including Arise television chairman Nduka, as evidence that the Tinubu administration's road interventions are already resonating with the public. He dismissed criticisms from some quarters, insisting that the president remains focused on delivering durable roads.
But I'm happy that people are seeing the great work we are doing, and I want to thank the chairman of Arise, my brother Chief Ndo. Whichever route the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu does, it is for 50 to 100 years. Mr. Chairman of Arise, I salute you, sir, and I thank you very much.
Engineer Dave Umahi praised Governor Monday Okwevelo for promptly intervening in critical failed portions of the Benin-Warri Highway after the termination of a contract earlier awarded to Laviet Construction Company under the NNPC tax credit scheme. He explained that the company executed only 4 kilometers of reinforced concrete pavement in stable sections of the road, neglecting the worst segments.
The event organized to celebrate Nigeria's 65th independence anniversary was attended by top government officials, including former deputy governors, state and federal lawmakers, APC leaders, and traditional stakeholders. Again, Best Orator has details.
It was an evening to unwind and celebrate Nigerians' 65 Independence Day as Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okpebholo hosted the Minister of Works, Engineer Dave Umahi, at Government House Villa in Benin City. During the dining, Senator Umahi delivered a major announcement on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the approval of a 100-kilometer stretch of Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway to pass through Edo State, a state that was not originally included in the highway's alignment. This announcement was greeted with thunderous applause as leaders of the APC and other Edo State. Umahi noted that the project, one of the Tinubu administration's most ambitious, is being handled by High-Tech Construction Nigeria Limited. Other states benefiting from the project include Lagos 100 km, Ogun and Ondo State 82 km, Akwa Ibom State 65 km, and Cross River 27 km. Originally, Edo was not on the route, describing it as a reward for loyalty, leadership, and performance.
The president called me and said, listen, this project must pass from Lagos to Ogun State, from Ondo State to Edo State, to Delta, to Bayelsa, to Rivers, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River. And that's why we are here. Your Excellency, the president has given you 100 kilometers by 2 of the coastal roads.
In his remarks, Governor Monday Okpebholo thanked President Tinubu for the surprise gift, describing it as a turning point in Edo's infrastructure journey. He noted that the president treats him like a son because whenever they request support, he responds with express approval. Okpebholo added that the 100-kilometer coastal highway is a proof of his love for Edo State. He also lauded the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, recalling their brief time together in the Senate and how his very first motion was on Edo's bad road. Prophecy fulfilled.
Chief Billy Osawaru for providing boreholes in the community, noting that the project have enhanced their access to clean water. BeeTv News Best Orator reports that the commendation was given when some aides of Honorable Chief Billy Osawaru inspected the project.
Billy Osawaru,
This thing what you do for us, we like and well. We not dey go water again, we not dey go river again. Now the boy now with the chop.
Representation is not just about occupying a political office, but about meeting the needs of the people through developmental projects. This is what the member representing Oriomo and Wunde Federal Constituency, Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Osawaru, is demonstrating through the provision and facilitation of people-oriented initiatives, including the construction of boreholes in communities with little or no access to clean water, an essential human need. During an inspection tour of the projects in Oriomo local government area by some of Honorable Billy Osawaru's aide, led by his Chief of Staff, Honorable Lawson, indigenes and residents of Oza, Igweri, and their Wesi communities, expressed gratitude to Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Osawaru for the provision of the boreholes, noting that the projects have enhanced their...
To this man, we appreciate all his effort. We are very, very happy to have this borehole here.
This is a borehole being done by our son, our father, Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Osawaru, the Oba Zunwa of Benin Kingdom.
Go river again, now the borehole now with the chop, now with the drink, now the water. God will bless you.
Billy Osawaru, Okbeano, Teme Oki Mwese, Emi Kevin Orikagi, Akia, what Bona Yafe.
And here in Edo State, the exercise is still in progress, just like in other states of the Federation. BeeTv News visited the Ega local government office of the Independent National Electoral Commission. It was observed that though the exercise was in progress, as officials of INEC attended to the few persons who came for the registration. Some persons in an interview with BeeTv News said the registration exercise has been very smooth and the INEC officials have also been very effective in attending to people.
We have to register to count my votes. Well, we are just look up to God because government is trying to do their best also. We as a citizen, we are still trying our best. But I believe this one will work for good for us. At least we are
State. The workshop marked another decisive step in the federal government's ongoing drive to strengthen accountability and standard in the delivery of education across the country. BeeTv News' Best Orator has details.
The event brought together key stakeholders from the education sector, including directors and heads of insurance authority. The workshop was highly interactive, with participants offering constructive inputs, debating critical issues, and recommending practical adjustments to make the handbook a more effective tool.
You can change, you can change, we cannot change. But at the end of the day, that's my own.
Speaking during the session, Dr. Ame Ogbemudia reaffirmed Edo State's commitment to aligning with federal standards while tailoring strategies to meet local needs. She highlighted the Edo EDQA in line with national advocacy, accountability systems, and renewed emphasis on school safety. As the nation awaits the official adoption of the revised handbook, Edo State continues to demonstrate that with Governor Monday Okpebholo's visionary leadership, strategic vision, and alignment with national goals, the dream of a truly quality Edo in education is within reach. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
It was a day of significance and celebration in already newly appointed executive officials to strengthen governance at the grassroots. The report by Jordan Okonogai is presented by Best Orator.
My duty as Vice Chairman to everyone.
The ceremony held at the Oedo Local Government Secretariat witnessed the swearing-in of Honorable O.K. Joseph as Vice Chairman, Honorable Alexander Osai as Secretary, and Honorable Festus Society Okpavie as Special Advisor. Also inaugurated were Martin Okumbo as Chief Protocol Officer, Mrs. Margaret Igu as Chief Press Secretary, and Mr. Tango Dikpomusa as Personal Assistant to the Chairman. The event drew the presence of party leaders, ward councillors, community leaders and supporters with prayers offered. Taking the oath of office, the new appointees pledged their commitment to serve the people of Oedo diligently and in alignment with the vision of the current administration.
My duty as Vice Chairman of Oedo Government Council to everyone.
In his remarks, the Vice Chairman, Honorable O.K. Joseph, expressed deep appreciation to the Chairman for his confidence and promised to work hand in hand with him to drive development and bring positive change to the people of Oedo.
We say thank you. And also, especially our principal, my boss, my father, Honorable Chairman, Honorable Gabriel Ituseri, a.k.a. Gabros, of we say thank you, sir. We will not disappoint the confidence the party has put in us. And also, my father, the chairman.
Speaking at the ceremony, the Oedo Council Chairman, Honorable Gabriel Idusere, declared that a new chapter had begun for the local government. He assured residents of better days ahead for the opportunity to serve.
Happy day for us. Or are you not happy? Oedo, as a local government, is taking a new turn. Yes. And we are going to see leadership in a different way, to see impartation. Our people in Oedo are going to smile again.
In an interview, Honorable Gabriel Idusere stated that his confidence in the new appointees, describing them as capable team who will contribute fresh ideas towards moving the local government forward. Newly sworn-in Secretary Honorable Alexander Osai also addressed heights.
To swear in the Vice Chairman, the Secretary, and the Special Advisor and other aides. For me, I give thanks to God Almighty for such a day, because this is to make the work in the local government easy for us. Now I have a team of persons where we can sit together, share ideas, and be able to carry out whatever we have, whatever plans we have for the people of Oedo. I believe it's a time for us also as individuals who have been given this opportunity to synergize and then set a roadmap for ourselves on what we want to achieve for our people of Oedo. because I know personally that the good people of Oredo are lenient people.
On a march parade in honor of the former Inspector General of Police, after which the casket bearing his remains arrived at the court premises. Moments later, members of the RSA family, the Chief Judge of Edo State, Honorable Justice Daniel Iyobosa Okumbowa, and other honorable judges of the High Court made their way into the hall. In his validatory address, Chief Judge of Edo State Justice Daniel Iyobosa Okumbowa extolled the life and service of the late RSA, reflected the values of integrity, dedication and discipline that every lawyer and public servant should aspire for. They also expressed heartfelt sympathy to the family of the deceased, praying for strength and comfort in their time of grief.
My Lord, he was a very proud son of Benin King. He was deeply respectful of tradition. So Marasa was very close to me, and I was also very close to the family. We served together in Lagos State. At the time, he was the DC State Senate Material, was the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State. We saw ourselves as brothers, as friends, and colleagues.
Today, lying here, he was a good man, like he says that voice of the voice of man is the voice of God.
Representing the family, Nosa Arase, Esquire, son of the late former IGP, expressed appreciation to all present for honoring his late father. He extended gratitude to the DIG to score a life of service, discipline and duty that will long be remembered. Favor Kolawole reporting for BeeTv News.
Osamoy Atu as host Orion Active Council Chairman and 12 ward councillors. The reception is not just to congratulate them, but to encourage to work for the people and ensure proper representation of their various wards. BeeTv News Best Orator has details.
People will be proud of us in Orion.
In a bid to rally support and drive Governor Monday Okwebolo vision in Oriomo, the Deputy Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Samoyi Evagoita Atu, hosted Oriomo Acting Chairman, Honorable Tomsi Osage, and the 12 ward councillors. During the meeting, Right Honorable Samoyi Atu emphasized the critical importance of unity and expressed his unwavering optimism that the newly inaugurated council chairman, Honorable Tomsi Osage, is an administrator who understands the nitty-gritty of governance and what it means to develop the grassroots.
I am part of the council because if anything goes wrong, the governor will call me.
Like everything is working out, for good for everybody. Once upon a time, you will say, "Oh, somebody is a House of Assembly member from Oriomo East." It will look as if the person is a stranger. But today is a complete different story. I don't even know the difference between the one from Oriomo South and the one from Oriomo East. You understand? That to me is a very rare privilege.
The leader of the House, Honorable Endurance Igariba, and the majority leader, Comrade Kelly Ugbede, said the people have placed in their hands not just votes but their dreams. Their expectations are not different from the chairman's vision.
And Finance have conducted a free medical outreach for its host community in Isaela Ungwa South Local Government Area of Abia State. According to the commandant, the initiative is part of the Chief of Naval Staff's efforts to foster a highly professional naval service for strengthening civil-military relations through non-kinetic means.
Medical outreach include health education, medical consultations, and drug dispensing, addressing a range of healthcare needs within the community. The Commandant, Nigerian Army College of Accounts and Finance, Commandant Babatunde Quadrille, says by contributing to the health and well-being of host communities, the Navy is reinforcing the foundations of national security. He adds that carrying host communities along in novel activities is essential to the success of his mandate.
Build the relationship and to strengthen it with our host community so that whenever we call on them or whenever they need us, we'll be able to respond and support each other. So by this medical outreach, we believe that we'll be able to assist those of them who have some medical challenges. The screening will allow them to get.
The Nigerian Customs Service has handed over seized donkey bones and canes valued at 3.94 billion naira to the National Environmental Standards and Regulation Enforcement Agency. Controller of Customs FOU Zone B, Aminu Sule, highlighted the ecological and socio-economic risk of the donkey part trade vital for rural livelihoods. He said the handover underscores enhanced inter-agency collaboration.
700 bags of seized donkey bones to Nasiriyah. The competent authority in charge of imposing Nigerian environmental and wildlife protection regulations. The duty paid value of 1,806,000,000
across 7 states will each receive a 1-year supply of disposable sanitary pads. Each of the 7 states of Borno, Ekiti, Enugu, Gombe, Imo, Kebbi, and Lagos will benefit 10,000 schoolgirls with a focus on rural and underserved communities.
The Flow with Confidence program is addressing an often neglected aspect of women's dignity and well-being. This is indeed the true spirit of motherly leadership, practically sensitive and impactful.
It is about restoring confidence, protecting health, and ensuring that no girl is denied the opportunity to pursue her education and dreams because of natural biological challenge.
Elsewhere, the First Lady extended a hand of support.
My people of Edo State, development is not a miracle. It is the result of responsibility and action. You want good roads, quality hospitals, schools, jobs for our youth? Then you must understand this simple truth. Government cannot perform without your tax. Government will fix schools, build roads, light up communities if the people pay their tax. That's how governance works. It is not about politics. It is about progress. When you pay your tax, you are not helping the government, you are helping yourself, you are helping your family and your future. Don't wait to be chased. Do the right thing. Be part of building the new. This message is brought to you by Edo State Internal Revenue Service.
EIRS, Administering Revenue for Service and Development.
Welcome back from that short break, and reading from the business news. Polaris Bank, in collaboration with the Nigerian Conservative Foundation (NCF), has expanded its nationwide tree planting initiative to 3 additional locations: Lekki Conservation Center in Lagos State, Federal University of Agriculture in Abeokuta, Ogun State, and Sadwana Memorial College in Kaduna State. Legend BeeTv News Esohe Osewinge for this and more from the business world.
The campaign launched in 2024 as part of the bank's World Environment Day attempt to sustainability.
The initiative supports the United Nations Decade of Ecosystem Restoration and is integrated into Polaris Bank's long-term sustainability strategy. The tree species selected include both fruit-bearing and shade-providing types. These are intended to aid in erosion control, serves as windbreaks, provide shades and contribute to local food security. Polaris Bank has committed to planting 10,000 trees nationwide. The initiative is being supported by senior bank executives at regional levels to ensure implementation and local engagement. Stanbic IBTC Holdings PLC has announced the appointment of Mr. Chukwuma Nwokocha as a substantive Group Chief Executive Officer effective October 2nd, 2025. The appointment follows regulatory approval and concludes the interim leadership of Dr. Adekunle Adedeji, who served as acting Group CEO. Dr. Adedeji will continue. The group's total assets stood at 8.12 trillion, up from 6.91 trillion as of December 31st, 2024. Total liabilities rose to 7.17 trillion from 6.24 trillion, while shareholders' equity increased to 941.73 billion from 661.89 billion, driven by retained earnings and proceeds from the rights issue. For H1 2025, the group recorded gross earnings of 516.63 billion, a 35.2% increase year-on-year. Profit before tax rose by 65.8% to 243.74 billion, while profit after tax increased by 49.1% to 173.43 billion. Basic earnings per share grew to 1,078 kobo compared to 884 kobo in H1 2024. Nigeria has emerged as the primary supplier of crude oil to the Dakar refinery in Senegal, a 30,000 barrels per day facility. Thus, by becoming an oil-producing nation in 2024, Senegal is unable to use its locally produced crude from the Sagoma field due to compatibility issues with the refinery's configuration. Sagoma's to European countries, including Spain, Italy, and the Netherlands. The Dakar refinery, however, is designed to process lighter, sweeter grades of crude oil, making a Sangamo crude unsuitable without blending. To meet its processing needs, Senegal has turned to Nigerian's ERA crude, which has a lighter composition. Recent reports indicate that ERA imports into Dakar have averaged 30 kbd in recent months. Thus, by local crude production, Senegal remains dependent on imports for refined petroleum products. Between 2024
from the global sense, thousands of people in Madagascar have taken to the streets in different parts of the country for the past week in the largest wave of protest the Indian Ocean island nation had witnessed in more than 15 years. What began as anger facing President Andry Rajoelina, who had been in power for the second time since 2018. BeeTv News' Harmony Agbafo has details.
Protesters. At least 22 people have been killed and more than 100 others injured in the unrest, according to the UN. Although the Malagasy government has dismissed those figures and described them as based on rumors and misinformation, pressure started to build following the arrest on 19 September of two leading city politicians who had planned a peaceful demonstration in the capital, Antananarivo, over chronic power and water supply problems. There have been hours-long daily outages of the service run by state-owned utility company Jirama. Many saw their detention as an attempt to silence legitimate dissent, leading to public outrage, with the cause taken up by civil society groups and the information of a youth-led online movement known as Gen Z Mada. The protests have since spread beyond for church-led talks to prevent Madagascar from sinking into chaos or civil war. Opposition leader Siteni Randriana Soloniako and former President Mark Ravalomanana voiced their support for the protesters in a rare joint statement on Wednesday. The two have declined offers to join Rajoelina's government, saying the move would be a betrayal of the Malagasy people. The demonstrators have not issued a manifesto, but what started with anger over public services has evolved into broader demands for political change. Many young people facing insecure and poorly paid jobs have called for the president's resignation, blaming him for